Hey kids, it's Dad here. Let's talk about number 18 on Napoleon Hill's list, and that is to emulate those you admire, especially as young people coming out of school, maybe going into the workforce, going into college, whatever you're doing. You should look for people who are succeeding in areas that you want to succeed in your life. And you should learn as much as you can from those people and sort of do what they are doing or what they have done. I'll give you some great examples where I learned this. This is kind of a funny story in how I got skiing when I was a young kid. My dad, let's just call him frugal, right? He would take me to the local ski hill, Ski Broadmoor, and it was a run hill, rented me the skis and stuff, and there was a ski school for kids. But he didn't want to shell out the dough to pay for the ski school. And his logic was, well, they're right there. Follow them and do what they're doing, which essentially is kind of like emulating what somebody you admire is doing. I was watching the instructor and his students from afar. I was just kind of trying to do what they were doing, right? I carried that forward in a lot of areas in my life. I when I got into business, I found mentors. The biggest mentor that I've had in my business career is a coach called Brian Buffini. And I would go to his events and I would look what he was doing and I would try to do that. But then I started meeting other people at his events that were successful. And I made a habit of sitting down and having conversations and asking them, what did they do? How did they do it? Another example of that is we had a longtime family friend who had a very successful tire store business. And I would take him to lunch and I would just ask him, how did he build his business? How did he do what he did? And I would try to take pieces of what he did and just copy them and add them to my repertoire. So now we live in a technology-based environment where there's so much out with platforms and videos and things like this that you can get, not from just dad, that you can get and you can add to your life. The key is action, because emulate is taking an action in some way. You're learning. Learning is good, but learning is useless without action. So if you learn, what did somebody do? How did they do it? And you put that into practice in your life. Now that might be in all circles, right? You might learn from a good spiritual advisor. I tracked one down. I ended up tracking one down, a priest at a church when we were kind of church shopping at a point. And he had very good things to say. And so I kind of wanted to add that to my circles. I wanted to emulate that. I found people in athletics. I'm a big mountain biker. What are good people that are winning mountain bike races? What were they doing? How were they training? I wanted to emulate them. Now, you may not get to the level of certain people that you admire, but if you're adding bits to it, you're growing, you're expanding yourself. So emulate those you admire. Loved it.